This Hey there, this is Candace Stuff coming at you all the way live from the sunny South Florida. I know I was supposed to be on here at 11 a.m., but I was having some technical difficulties. So I hope that you can join me, and hopefully you got a notification that I am indeed live. I'm going to give it a few moments and let you join me. But when you join, let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me. For those of you who don't know, my name is Candace Duff. I'm an author who also goes by the pen name LJ Taylor. And I'm here today to do timed guided live writing sprints. And I like to do these during the month of November, definitely during NaNoWriMo, to give you an opportunity to write in a community and to be able to chat during your breaks. We're going to be doing 15 minutes on and 5 minutes break. So 15 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And the first sprint's going to be starting soon. It's going to start in about a minute. So go ahead and open up your laptop or your computer. Make sure you know what it is you want to start writing. When you do start writing, I'm going to be with you for the full hour. So we're going to do 3 timed guided live writing sprints today. And I'll be doing this again next week, probably on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday as well. Those days seem to work pretty well. And probably around the same times. But I will let you know. And if you haven't so far, please subscribe to the channel and check back to get notifications of when we're going to be going live. All right, I'm looking for the timer now. And I'm about ready to start the timer to set the first writing sprint. And that first sprint is starting now. Good morning. And stop. So we just finished and completed our first writing sprint. We're going to be doing two more. We're doing 15 minutes on and 5 minutes off. And I'm your host, Candace Duff. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm in Miami, Florida. Let me know where you're writing from in the comments. And let me know if there are any topics in writing or life that you want to talk about and chat about in the comments. I'm going to set the timer. We're on a 5-minute break right now. And I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. Also, we're not sprinting anymore, so I'll take that banner off. Let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me. All right. Let me know, can you see me and can you hear me? So welcome, welcome. This is your host, Candace Duff. I'm an author and somebody who's participating in National Novel Writing Month, or NaNoWriMo as it's often called. And I like doing these sprints every November to help out my fellow writers, to be able to help myself stick to a schedule and have some kind of accountability. And right now we're on a 5-minute break. We now have 4 minutes and 15 seconds before we begin our next 15-minute writing sprint. I'm in Miami, Florida. Where are you? And also let me know if you can see me and hear me. Let me know in the comments. So I had a late start today because I had some technology issues. And also my Facebook account had been hacked and I finally had to straighten that out too. So it's been pretty crazy. So I was trying to get StreamYard to stream into Facebook, but then I couldn't log into Facebook, so I had to like deal with that. But I dealt with it and everything is fine now. I'm gonna make sure you get your full hour. So we just did one writing sprint. We're gonna do two more. That's another 40 minutes. And we'll be doing 15 minutes on and 5 minutes off. If I were you, I'd take this opportunity to grab a drink, coffee, tea, some water, whatever it is you need to keep going. It's a little early for booze, I would think, but maybe not. It's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. It certainly is in the world, I'll tell you that much. I will never forget. I was on vacation in Hawaii once, and I'm a lawyer, and I was working on this crazy, crazy case. And for some reason, well, I was crazy to go on vacation like a month before trial. And all this stuff was happening in the case, and the judge was really pissed that we weren't around to deal with it because a lot of us were out of the office, and we only left like a junior associate to handle it. And I remember that they called me every single day when I was on vacation in Hawaii. And they knew not to call me before 9 a.m. Hawaii time. But every morning on vacation, I would get woken up with like madness going on back in the office. It was like not being on vacation at all. I think it's like a 11-hour time difference or a 9-hour time difference between the East Coast, which is where Miami is, of the US, and Hawaii. It was pretty crazy. Oh, I got you phone to talk, huh? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. That, luckily for me, I used to go on vacation in Hawaii all the time. So it wasn't like my first or last time there, but it was a pretty rough vacation. And just to make life more interesting, the judge, who was a federal judge, insisted upon holding a hearing when nobody else was in the office. And our junior associate had to go handle it. Now she was not junior, she was like a fifth year. Luckily for us, she was really good and she wiped the floor with the opposing counsel. But can you imagine her there with like a paralegal and a whole team of lawyers on the other side in federal court dealing with whatever motion they were having? It was insane. And I felt like I had let my child out into the woods. Oh, you just got here. Okay. Also, you stayed in West Coast time, but still it was 5.5 hours behind you, right? So, I mean, it had to be still somewhat of a time lag. Interesting. Just in case somebody's watching later, AB said she just got here, he or she just got here We went when we lived in LA. I'm assuming they went to Hawaii when they lived in LA and just stayed on West Coast time. And that actually makes sense. If you stay on West Coast time, then you'll feel better. You'll be getting up crazy early, but you'll feel better. Yep, she said. Yes, we woke up too early, so early. All right, AB, we have seconds until our next writing sprint. So hopefully you have your computer open and you know when and where you want to start. Because when this alarm goes off, it'll be the end of our break. And then I'll be setting the alarm for the next 15-minute writing sprint. And you got like 8 seconds. So we were chatting so much. See, it's a lot more fun when you chat that we forgot we were on a break. All right. So I stopped the timer and I'm going to go ahead and try to find it again and set it for our next 15-minute writing sprint. Are you ready? Our sprint starts now. And stop. Welcome, welcome. We're done with that writing sprint. And we're on our 5-minute break. If you're just joining me, my name is Candace Duff. I write under the pen name LJ Taylor. And welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're writing from. I'm in Miami, Florida. We have somebody who used to live in LA, AB on here. Who else is with me? Say hello and let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me okay. I'm setting the clock for our 5-minute break. And after the 5-minute break, we're going to be entering into our last and final writing sprint for today. And I'm going to be doing this all next week, but also let me know if you like me doing this on the weekends and when would be a good time for you to do these timed guided writing sprints. You want me to do one tomorrow? Do you want me to do them on the weekends more, during the weekdays? Let me know in the comments below. I am looking for, I can never find the clock. So now I'm going to set it for 4 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm sure we spent at least 30 seconds chatting. All right. So I like to write in the morning when I'm working a full-time job, because that way I can get it out of the way early and not try to do it at night. When do you like to write best? Because people like to write at different times, right? I was reading about some teachers who preferred writing in the evenings because they got off of work, kind of early, and they preferred writing in the evenings. But I hear a lot of people are tired after work and they don't have the energy, they say, to write in the evenings. And there are techniques that you can do to liven yourself up and to get in the mood to write in the evenings if you are normally tired. For example, sometimes I would find it useful to go get a workout in or go take a walk or dance around the house to some good music. And that would kind of wake me up and get me in the mood to write in the evening if I needed to. I know some young mothers only wrote late at night after their kids were asleep or on the weekends when they got, the fathers to take the kids away or they got babysitting. I had a client who used to do what Carrie did on Sex and the City. She would actually rent a hotel room and go lock herself in a hotel room to get books done over the weekend and take big blocks of time over the weekend to write that way. So it depends on whether or not you have the ability to get away, whether or not when your natural writing rhythm occurs. When do you like to write? Let me know in the comments. So one of the things I like during these breaks is grabbing something to drink, like some water or some coffee. So you might want to grab some coffee or some tea real quick before you get into your last and final writing sprint with me. But I'm sure you're going to be writing and continuing your writing sessions throughout the day because that's what you need to do to get your word count in. And lucky for us, we can win National November Writing Month by writing 1,667 words a day on the average. AB says that she prefers late mornings, but have to get in around 10 p.m. a lot. Oh, late mornings, that's good. Yeah, now I work from home and I have more control over my time. So in some ways it's easier to find time to write, and in some ways it's harder, right? Because the more time you have, the more time you waste. It's terrible. So it's funny how that works. But I can see late mornings since I hate like getting up stupid early in the morning, right? Because then I'm too sleepy, right? So I can see late mornings being good. All right, our next sprint is beginning in 1 minute and 34 seconds. So do what you got to do. Make sure you have what you want to drink. Make sure you have your notes around you, your little character sketches, or whatever it is you're doing. Make sure you know where you want to start. It's really important to know where you want to start before you actually start writing. So and that you're not lost And when I say go, you're not frozen, right? Because that happens all the time. And it's a normal way to feel. All right. So our next writing sprint starts in 1 minute. Make sure you're getting ready. Get what you need. I was talking on one of the other days about my experience with Script Frenzy, which is another event that used to take place in April. That's sort of like NaNoWriMo, but for scripts and not novels. And I remember being like totally and completely frozen when it was time for me to start writing that script because I had never written a script before. So I was freaking out. And so when someone who was doing time guided writing sprints said go, I was just like this with my hands over the keys, frozen in place. And she said, type something. And I was like, and so I typed something and that got me started. We're about ready to enter into our next time guided writing sprint. Someone just joined us. Welcome, welcome. When this alarm goes off, it'll be the end of our break, and I'll be setting the alarm for our next timed guided writing sprint. So hopefully you're ready because the next sprint, I'm setting the timer now, starts now. and stop. Thank you so much for sprinting with me today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to know about future sprints, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you can be apprised every single time I drop a new video and every single time I start a new sprint session. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna take this coffee, drink it, and keep writing, okay? And I want you to keep writing as well. Get your word count on, get your word count done, and have a fabulous day and a wonderful weekend. Take care.